we're going to draw someone's name out of the hat. Just be our first storyteller from the hat. Let's see who we got. I've got a Joan D. Joan D, come on up to the stage. The mic is yours. Welcome.
Jeez. Sort of like getting punched in the face. Okay, so this is not a funny story. It's very serious, so just clear your minds. It's totally gross. So basically, 10 years ago, 19 years old, driving, I think it might have been 85, 86 Buick. I'd gotten it after my parents' divorce, and I was really proud because it was one of my first cars that I hadn't crashed within the first 3 months of getting it. So it was about 11, 12 years old. Yeah, the car was an antique by my standards, and so I used to take it everywhere, and I lived in Massachusetts on the East Coast, and it was a 40-minute ride from my dad's place to Boston to visit all my friends, and just loved having a car. Hated traffic, but I loved the car, and so one day, my father, I come home from school, and he says, "Listen, I really need to borrow your car." I'm thinking, oh no, my dad ruined something, and he's like, "I've decided to start dating." And I thought, oh, bro, my dad's borrowing my car. So my dad, being the smartest man alive, decides that he's going to only date women that work at restaurants because they're probably really good at serving food at home. Because this is the kind of man that raised me, and we all wonder in our family why my mother divorced him. So basically I say, all right, well, did you ask her out? And he's like, yeah, we're gonna go out. She gets 50% off at Fridays, so I'm gonna take her out. I got this coupon, it's a twofer, so it's gonna be a pretty good night. I'm thinking of springing for desserts and some of those frozen, hot chocolate Kahlua drinks. And I said, all right, well, just make sure you have her back around midnight 'cause she turns into a pumpkin. So he brings the car back, and there's little gum wrappers in it, and think, oh, how cute. My dad was chewing peppermint gum on his date. And so I decided, I'm just gonna clean the car. I'm just gonna get in there, I'm gonna clean it. It's gonna be nice and pristine. And so I get into the car and I'm vacuuming it out, and I'm trying to pull this thing out from underneath the seat. And I'm thinking, why? How did I get a t-shirt stuck under here or something? It's all stuck in the machinery of the electric seats, because I had it like that back then. Driving a 94 Honda Accord now, it's not the same. So I pull and I pull and I pull it out. And I pick it up. 34 Tidy Whities extra Skidmarks. And I am bummed. Not only did I catch my dad in the act, but I probably got his poop on my hands. So I go over and I throw him away, and I'm just I'm real careful too, I hide him, 'cause I don't want to embarrass my dad, having him think that I know that he boned in the back of my car. And then I'm I should be mad, because if I boned in the back of his car, he'd be pissed. Some daddy-daughter shit going on there. So it was just I was really bummed out, and I went in the house, and he was like, oh, thank you so much. We're thinking about going out again, but I'll take her in the truck next time. She's that kind of lady, she don't mind. I said, all right, fit her in the Tacoma, whatever. So I'm mad, and the next day I'm even madder. And the day after I'm madder than that. And then I meet this bitch. And I'm you fucked my dad in my car. I didn't say that though, I just felt it all throughout me. And I get out of the car, and I go out of the house, and I get in the car, and it's just not the same. I just don't love it like I used to. And so I decide to call one of my very, very best friends who lives in Montreal, and I say to him, yeah, man, I let my dad borrow my car. It's just terrible. I found his underwear in the back seat, and my friend Tim just starts laughing at me. He's just laughing. I'm like, you fucker, stop it. Like, I'm so mad. It's so funny. So we're going back and forth, and he's like, I'm not laughing about that, Joan. I said, well, what are you laughing at? It's ridiculous. My dad had sex in the back of my car. I love my car. I hate my dad. And he goes, no, remember that time. So picture this. Like, right now we have to have like a Quentin Tarantino moment. Like, where we all go back to the front of the story. 3 weeks prior to letting my dad borrow my car, I drive 3 asshole Canadians to the bus stop, which is like 45 minutes away in Boston, and they had been on their spring break, and they insisted that I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning so that they could get the early bus. And one of them wouldn't get up. He wouldn't wake up in my car, and he's got his big parka on, and he's just so wrapped up, like snug as a bug in a rug, and I am mad as hell because I was up early and he's sleeping. So I pull his little, I don't even know what you call that. This makes it a bad story. You know the drawstring on your Parker? And it's one of those elastic ones. So I pull it all the way to the front seat. And I snap that motherfucker back, and it hits him right here. Causes a mark, tears off a bunch of skin. So it's got one of those little plastic pieces on it. And that was the moment that David Barkley decided to shove his Skidmark underwear underneath my seat. Thank you very much.